Okay, today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create a pop-out video like you saw in the beginning of the tutorial. So first things first, we're going to open Sony Vegas. And I'm just going to select the little section I want. And I don't really need the audio, so we'll just go ahead and delete that. So I think this is what I used in the example. So I'm going to go ahead and create a freeze frame. And just save it to my desktop. Freeze frame. So it makes the JPEG. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over to Adobe Photoshop. Okay. Once in Adobe Photoshop, you're going to bring in that still that we just created in Sony Vegas. Now I'm going to take the quick select tool. I'm literally just going to make a very quick selection myself. Okay. Now using the Alt key, I'm able to just get in just a little tighter. Okay, for demonstration purposes, that's actually fine. Okay. So there we go. Now, if you are in CS5, you can go to Refine Edge. And you can turn on Smart Radius. And it actually does a pretty good job at guesstimating around you. So now when you export, I always say new layer. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and add an effect. We're going to go ahead and add a stroke. Change the color. You can make it whatever color you want, but I find the white tends to look really good in this situation. Okay, so once that's done, you're going to go ahead and save. You can save it as a PSD, that's fine. Click OK. Just so you can kind of see what it looks like. That's what it will look like. Let's bring that freeze frame right into Photoshop. And the nice thing that I love about this, and if you haven't already, put the freeze frame in. You can trim. Now, what it's not doing is zooming. So to get the zoom, what we're going to do okay, so now we can play it. You can see it zooms in. So now I probably okay, so let's go to the end. So there we go. I will reset that. Okay, the last thing we need to add is a PSD file, which I gotta make real quick. So we're gonna make a new canvas. It's gonna be 1280 by 720. And we're gonna hit OK. Don't worry if the background's black, you can actually just shut that layer off in just a minute. So we're not actually going to view that layer, and actually, if you want my advice, throw it away. Make it a layer and trash it. You don't need it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my text tool. So we got one text. We're actually going to create two texts. So now we've got these two text layers. Let's see what we can do. Let's find a fun font. Hot mustard is what I'm going to use. I'm going to adjust my font size accordingly. I can always adjust it in free transform. The other thing I want to change is I want to change the color. Right now the text is gray. Let's just make sure it's black text. And we'll do the same for the other text layer. And it was hot mustard. Just the colors. And there we go. So now, what we can do is we can move it around. I can also rotate. That, I'll accept that change. And I'll do the same thing on this layer. Control T. Rotate it. Okay, there we go. I'm going to apply the free transformation. The last thing I'm going to do is add some shapes, and it's actually just the rectangle tool. Color white. Okay, so we got this shape. Control T, which brings up your free transformation tools. Okay, apply the changes and bring this all the way down to the bottom. Okay, there we go. Now what you do is you merge your layers. These two layers get merged, and then with your eraser tool, what I literally did is I came in and actually, probably your easier idea option here. Lower your opacity. Okay. We'll do the same idea with the white shape. Okay, we'll accept the transformations. And we'll merge the layers. Same thing, eraser, kinda. Erase a little bit. Now, save this as a PSD title. That's fine. Save it as a PSD. Let's import that PSD. Put it right on top. Now, before we go any further, that looks really cool. I'm gonna mute that, mute that. The only other trick I did is right here where it's just a still. I changed the color on it. I went to this, the track effects, and I selected color balance. And then I just literally started playing with the colors. I mean, I think I want to play with the blues. Change it to highlights. I think I like that. Now, obviously it's going to make me look funky, but as I turn back on the other layers, because it's only applied to the bottom layer, it won't affect the stuff on top. So as it zooms in. And the other thing I did is I added a transition. It was a gradient white. Nebulous is what I used. I'll pop that in. Don't worry so much about the settings. And there you have it. So that's how you do a popping out and zooming effect. So, if you have any questions, I know it took me a while to explain it to you and you had to watch me do all the photoshopping, but if you have any questions, drop me a line on my YouTube channel, just private message me. Or you can send me an email at chromajt@gmail.com, or you can Twitter me, and all the links will be in the bottom bar. With that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.